Hey, what's going on? This is Frankie B. Let me do a little bit of adjusting. Boys, crazy, crazy, crazy. Once again, I am on the art flow, and today I am working on some Legends of Log pages. You know, I've just been commissioned by Ski to do another little story, which is great. This time, this one's is action packed with kaiju goodness. So I'm excited. You know, I think people are starting to notice something. That there's a certain little genre that I'm really into, and they're just pulling me onto these projects. You think? All right. That said, let's keep going. Now, this is going to be another mashup video, as my usual ones. It's sort of the mashup is me talking a little bit, just an introduction, and then I'm transitioning over into hyperlapse. Now, you know, again, the reason why I do these is, you know, it's kind of nice. You know, you get to hear my voice. You know that I'm just not some I don't know, some computer program or something out there that's doing all this artwork. This is a human being. I am a traditional artist, and as you're seeing right here, I'm using a kneaded eraser, this lovely little tool right here, just to sort of knock back some of this pencil a little bit as I go into my ink drawing phase. But anyway, yeah, you know, I do this because I think it is important to people to see the traditional stuff, but, you know, not to, you know, there's still people that's doing digital as well, and you know, and all. So there are different kind of ways of doing artwork today. I'm just more of a traditionalist, you know, and also I'm a collector of art. I mean, I think it's important that, you know, that side of the business should still have a place too, you know. Not sure on the whole NFT thing, but I will tell you that there's nothing that beats getting something that's tangible in your hands. Just my, you know, my own personal opinion. Not trying to throw shade on anything, but just saying, you know, there's nothing that beats you actually getting your hands on something that's physical. So anyway, I'm doing the you know, one of the things that I do, and I'll say this right here again, disclaimer, I am not a letterer. I don't consider myself a graphic artist. I think that what graphic artists do is a whole nother level of artistry, especially in the skill of doing stuff with fonts and lettering and just making it much more interesting than what I can do. What I can do, because I'm an illustrator, is that I tend to do things like right here, for instance, like, you know, the name of the story is called the SCARAB, and what I did was I went back and forth, but at the last minute I decided to make it almost like a foliage inside of it. This is just harkening back to those old days of comic books where the illustrator, the artist, would actually do their own. Sometimes I don't know, maybe it was a mixture, could have been a mixture of the letter or two coming in there, adding stuff in there. But anyway, the artwork would be the lettering would be incorporated into the artwork, and that's sort of like my thing. I love that feel. I felt that it made it a total package. The artwork, I mean, the lettering didn't seem alien to the artwork. It was just a beautiful blending, like just something, a recipe that you know, a meal that's suddenly brought together, and boom, everything tastes fantastic. So yeah, so this is all me. I tend to put the special effects and stuff, what I call my effects kind of stuff in there, sounds and whatever. As corny and cheesy as they are, I have fun with them. I like them, and I'm hoping that other people dig them as well. So anyway, we're gonna start off. Now I'm working with a 01 Micron, and right here, this right here, the scarab, I technically did as it's supposed to be like foliage, so it's gonna be like a bush. So I'm going in here, and I see broke out a brand new one. I got a couple of Microns over here in all various stages. It's been very busy, and it's gonna be it's busy, and it's gonna get even more busier. You know, the Kickstarter campaign was a success, and then me and Matthew have to prep ourselves for the actual comic book. Like, we have to work on that. You know, right now I went through a couple of stages of concept art for certain things, but you know, I wanted to, this little job came in really quick, and I really enjoy doing this stuff, visiting the North Woods with the log. The log's a really fun character, And I'm just happy that Ski was able to come up with a story that went to my strengths. You know, I think that's so important today with stories, as it was back in the day too. I think that people should be, if you're going to do a comic book, you should get an artist or a team that's really like their skill set is good for the project, instead of the fact of like trying to buck against that and get somebody who might not, you know, whose style or whatever may conflict with what the story is. Even though I pretty much can draw a lot of different things and stuff if I have the reference, but would I be excited to do it? That'd be the key thing. So you definitely want somebody to be excited if they're working on it, on something that you're part of. All right. This is so like old school. I love it. It's just the fact that you try to imagine that you see these original pieces of artwork and then it's just like boom, you know, the words are actually right there on the art. I think sometimes they used to do a lot of paste ups. Paste ups were great. I used to have some comic book pages that had that too. I love that stuff, man. The tape would be yellowed and stuff. Oh, I love it. I am definitely someone who, you know, if the artwork is messy, but messy done by the artist, I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. That's how much of a purist I am. You know. Yeah, I wanna. Yeah. I see. I didn't notice that I had to push the H. Sometimes that happens too when you're just sketching. You miss these little things. That's why it'd be really tough if somebody would try to ink me, because then I would come back. I'm one of those people where all of a sudden I'll pop up from sleep or come out of my sleep and then be like, oh, I forgot something. You know, it's a constant changing and shifting with me sometimes. Sometimes it could be a one-off where you just, you know, I'll draw something and go, okay, I feel good, that feels good, and this is it. And then sometimes it's like, oh man, why did I do that piece? So anyway, we're going here. The key thing is making sure that this is legible. You know, people have to be able to read it. You know, that was the whole point. It was like when the first one I did with Gollum, it was like stone. And then this time around, I'm going more with the forest. That's always a tricky part, like trying to figure out how to do the words in a scenario. All right. Let's see. Here you go. A little bit behind there. A little bit of shadow. Another great thing too is this is it's black and white, so that's really great. I love drawing in black and white stuff. Although I have to admit, when we do kajus and kajus and cowboys, it's going to be full color, and I'm excited about that too. You know, the way I color to fit my artwork. I don't consider myself a colorist. You know, when I worked in advertising, I colored other artists' stuff, you know, for projects and stuff. But my coloring definitely fits my artwork. You know, I tend to use, again, I'm more heavy-handed with blacks and stuff like that. So when I apply color is more as a it's almost like my structure's already laid out and it's pretty sturdy, and then the color just comes in and just kind of bring it all home. You know, if you guys can kind of understand that. You know, whereas if I was just doing sort of like line art and it's just line, almost like animation line art, then I feel that those are the case where I think you may need color to help bring some more weight into the artwork. You know, but I don't think my artwork needs that level of coloring. Just pretty as simple as possible. It's almost like how Hellboy is. You know, Hellboy uses a lot of blacks and stuff, really, you know, solid stuff. And so the color scheme there's a simplicity to it, but then it's not simple. you know, if people can understand that. It's done beautifully. I mean, Mike Mignola, the people that color his work, oh, it's beautiful. And I love that. Because then your eyes can focus on Mike Mignola's artwork, but also appreciate what the color is bringing to it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is definitely an old school technique, and you know, I think it's important. I think it's important that people like myself, who grew up reading comic books back then, and really, you know, again, I've said before in many shows how much it really changed my life, you know, as a child. We got to hold on to this. Someone has to be doing it, you know. And then down here is going to be where I'm going to leave this space open for the credits and stuff. So I'm going to leave enough room so that the credits can be put in there. And actually, what I may do is I'm gonna knock that out over there, so that that's not in there. So it gives them enough room to be able to, you know, so that the actual letterer can actually go in and do their job, come in and bring that extra magic to it. I have such a huge appreciation for what everyone does. Everyone's part of the team brings to the picture, because that's what it is. It's a team effort. All right, here we go. So with that said, I'm going to be switching over to HYPERLAPSE, and I just want to tell you guys again, thank you for coming to my channel. Please comment. I love responding back to people. Please share. You know, maybe somebody else out there might dig what I'm doing, and you want to check it out, and then subscribe so that you can catch up on updates. So with that said, keep that art flowing and that creativity strong.